Welcome everybody to the opening bell. It's good to be with you, Ashley Reeve here, guys. Before we get started, remember the information we discussed in the video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. It is wonderful to be with you as always, guys. We are always ready to push forward and march, with what's happening in the markets. It's a very interesting one here this morning, actually. Woke up to some news around the US has done the first sale there, 500 million US dollars worth of oil from Venezuela. Very interesting debate. And obviously, since the takeover there, it has been quite a bit of, making moves in the waves, in the airwaves. And we're picking up a lot of stuff in terms of what China thinks about it, the US position, and obviously we'll be fleshing out more of these things as we do go along. But let's maybe just take a step back and just look at what's happening, intraday. We're looking at silver here today, guys. It seems like, just give me 1 second. I think it should be okay now. It seems like, the silver has actually pushed back a little bit here. And we're going to look at the technical chart on that one. We're looking at the daily here. Now, President Trump delayed those new tariffs on critical mineral imports, guys. He actually chose negotiations instead. And this reduced a lot of fears of supply shortages. It's pushed silver prices up earlier. And Trump also said executions in Iran had stopped, easing worries about those, about the conflict there. You're looking at it from a intraday perspective. Look at that 1 hour chart there. Pulled back very nicely. Textbook technical analysis on that one. That's a low. This does not mean we are pushing down in any way at this moment in time. The impact, though, is that lower geopolitical fear did reduce the safe haven demand. And traders took profits, all right, after silver's rally. So precious metals moved lower overall due to that profit taking and the tension that's happening. So this is just one low. This does not mean that we are pushing down all of a sudden. We're going to have to clear, very important zones for that to be the case. In fact, whilst we're in the neighborhood, all right, this is actually the zone we're going to have to clear first before we actually see price, creating some form of bearish descent. All right, that's going to be critical for the guys to actually look at. All right, I see Prince is on. Greetings, my like button is already smashed. There we go. And then I see Jules there. Good morning. Prince, you got to be a bit more specific there, man. Are you talking about bonuses and so forth? That you can chat to your account manager about that. All right. If that's the case, all right, your account manager will definitely assist you with some of those T's and C's. All right. So guys, there's no ways we're pushing down at this point in time. We are at $89 per ounce, and you're gonna have to clear that 74 before we consider, moving down anywhere or this turning into some form of bearish structure here. We're still bullish, and that's with gold as well. We did see the dollar stabilize a little bit. The Euro USD, we're seeing that it's back at a support here. We pushed up a little bit with the CPI, but we are back again, and it's very, very, very important that you guys know that retail sales were strong, balancing those inflation concerns. A lot of the producer prices did rise slightly in the US, but the consumer inflation stayed weak. As you guys know, you guys were with us. And Trump said that he won't fire Fed Chair Powell, easing a bit of fears from political interference, which is also another story that one needs to look at, okay? You need to look at these stories, guys, because it impacts your trading. And the impact really is, it reduced a lot of uncertainty. It helped calm a lot of the currency markets. And the dollar then stopped swinging wildly and stabilized a little bit here now, right? So expectations are staying firm for 2 US rate cuts. It's starting mid-year. We're going to have to wait and see how that goes. But you guys know whenever a cut comes, it does, by default, we're talking textbook here now. It actually weakens the currency. So it's not always the case practically when it happens, because there's other factors that could be happening at that time that suggests a different sentiment. But at this point in time, that's what we are looking at. Look at the NZD USD, also still stuck, not really doing much over there. The USD JPY was really interesting, though. It actually dropped. That's what we anticipated. And it did strengthen towards the 158 area, as you can see there. It's bouncing from very weak levels, though. Now, question why? Well, Japanese officials did signal a lot of concern about the excessiveness on the weakness of the yen, and the US echoed support for for clearer Japanese monetary policy. And traders feared possible currency intervention near 160, and that seemed to be a bit of a resistance there, and that also pushed the price a little bit down. Now, what's the market impact here? Well, short term, yen buying has returned, as you can see. USD JPY pulled back, and election speculation and stimulus talk, kept longer term pressure on the yen. So we're looking at more of a short-term movement here. It looks like it's setting up for another drop here. This was the first low. That could be just a lower high and then another drop right over there. What I would mention to the guys, though, is remember, it's opinion, guys. Very important here. When you're looking at zones and you're trying to find an area that is really critical, all right? So at this point in time, from a critical standpoint, this 157 is critical, because if we get a lower low here, price could very well, really just push down further. So there we go, 157. There's many guys that might even jump in, now already, and then just trade it down to this level over here, which is a beautiful trade, actually, 76 pips. But below that, we could be pushing further down back to the 156. So keep an eye on it, guys. A very interesting one here this morning. We approaching the latter part of the week. All right. And obviously check out some of the indexes as well. The Japanese Nikkei. We did see that the US tech stocks dropped overnight, and Trump did impose 25% tariffs on certain AI chips. This did hurt the global sentiment. And, the impact thereof is that the tech stocks in Japan follow US peers lower, which is the NAS 100. You're getting the US 30 and the S&P 500. And the broader index retreated despite these strong domestic fundamentals, and the appetite, or at least the risk appetite in Asia, weakened. All right, so we're gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. Check out the Australian ASX 200 as well. You're going to see there's a lot of major miners that announced new production plans over there in Australia. And then we're obviously seeing that mining stocks led to a higher push, all right, to the upside there on the ASX. So you want to check it out. We do have it here, at TD right here. You can actually get it on our Market Watch as well. Okay, you can just go and search for it, the ASX 200 as well as the Nikkei. You can check those two out. So Nikkei dropped a little bit, and the ASX did push a little bit higher, a bit higher there. All right. But guys, join us in the trading room this afternoon. There is one. We will be pushing there. Have a fantastic day further. This is the opening bell with a quick one just to see what's happening in the market. All right. That's it from me. All right. Ashley Reeve here. Guys, hit those like buttons. Subscribe if you have not. It's gladly appreciated. And obviously, guys, if you'd like to open up an account with us, don't forget www.tdmarkets.com. All right, or you can email us at care@tdmarkets.com. I'm seeing Shawnee there. I'm talking about the two-step funnel. And then when you fund it, when you win the challenge, could you possibly be referring to TDME, because that could be one of the things as well. We got our ZARK coin running at the moment. When you register, you get 50 ZARK, and when you fund, you get another 50. If that's not the case, you might be dealing with a totally different matter there, which I would then advise, please chat to your account manager. They're going to give you more T's and C's on it. If you're talking funded accounts, that generally does work out to our bonuses that we do have. But please chat to your account manager. I think that would be fantastic for you to get into some conversation. All right, Shawnee. But thanks a lot, guys, for this morning. We will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. for the opening bell. I got you there, Sean. Smash that like. Here's one for you too. All right. Have a good one. Ciao, ciao now.